This is 18 News at 11.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Zach Wheeler. Thanks for joining us for 18 News at 11. Jordan Orcas is on assignment tonight. We are hearing from the latest woman to come out with sexual harassment allegations against the governor, and this one hits home. Anna Liss was a reporter and anchor here at 18 News back in 2009. We actually anchored 18 News Today together before she moved on to graduate school at the University of Pennsylvania. She's now 35 years old, and Anna was a policy and operations aide in the Cuomo administration for 2 years. Now she works for the Monroe County and is the director of planning and development. Tonight she shares why she came forward now with the allegations against Governor Cuomo.
Why come out now as opposed to a couple of years? Because the Me Too movement did come out, and this might have fit under that hashtag, so to speak. Why come out now and talk about this?
When Lindsay Boylan first said something in December, I think she tweeted, I remember thinking, wow, that's dangerous. Good luck to you. I would never open my mouth. Like, they're gonna crush you like a bug. 2 days after she posted the tweet, I was on my honeymoon, and I got a phone call from Rich Azzopardi, who is a senior advisor to the governor and his spokesperson. And he asked me, I thought at first that it was about work, like maybe it's about an economic development project that we're working on here. And he asked me instead, he said, you know, I have kind of an awkward question to ask you. Has Lindsay Boylan reached out to you? Have you spoken to her? And I said, no. And then when we hung up, I remember thinking, how many other people is he calling? Why is he calling us?
And what's your response to those who are now saying this is all an orchestrated attack?
They're not reading the articles, they're not paying attention. And I mean, that's foolish. It's like QAnon. It's tantamount to QAnon, I think. Like, to think that I would be contacted by Donald Trump's people and be paid off, it's laughable, and that's a distraction.
Meanwhile, leaders for the independent investigation into the allegations of sexual harassment against Governor Cuomo have been named. This as Assembly Republicans push for impeachment. Our Samantha Damasio has more on that part of the story tonight.
Tonight, the AG's office announcing that the former U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York, June Kim, and employment discrimination attorney Ann Clark will lead this investigation. But today, Assembly Republicans said they didn't want to wait any longer, and they introduced legislation to remove the governor from office. Assembly Minority Leader Will Barkley says with ongoing allegations in both a state and federal investigation underway, the time has come to impeach Governor Andrew Cuomo.
We're hoping by doing this, we're going to keep reminding the majorities that it's time for them to act. If they really believe in resignation, why not start the impeachment process?
Republican Assemblywoman Mary Beth Walsh says in order for this to happen, the resolution must pass by a majority in the Assembly. The governor would then be required to resign, and Lieutenant Governor Kathy Hochul would step in while a Senate trial got underway. So far, about 30 Democratic members have withdrawn their support for the governor.
We would need to pick up a couple extra people and have the ones that already said it follow through. But I think we're getting pretty close to that, that kind of critical mass of the vote that we would need in order to pass it.
Democratic Assemblyman John McDonald says they shouldn't be putting the cart before the horse. He's not making any decisions until the Attorney General's investigation is complete.
I understand where they're coming from. However, I think at the end of the day, whether you like an individual or not, there is a due process, and that is what is happening right now, is due process.
I see why it's mutually exclusive. I mean, we certainly support an investigation. We look forward to the AG using her subpoena powers and getting to the bottom of the problems. We look forward to the Department of Justice using their ability to investigate to see the nursing home fatalities and the misreporting that the governor had there. But as I said, the reason we think we need to go forward now is when you have 30 members of the majority saying he ought to resign, I don't know how many in the Senate, but then you have the leadership. How do you govern with that against you?
Assemblyman McDonald says that the AG's investigation will probably take about a month or so to complete, which means it will essentially run parallel to budget negotiations. But he says the governor is a very demanding executive and that he does not believe it will interfere with getting the job done. Reporting from the Capitol, Samantha Damasio.
And again, 18 News breaking the story on our website, mytwintiers.com. We continue to follow the latest developments, and you can stay up to date on those changing developments, both on air and online right here.